Hello, everybody. Every Fire here. It's been a bit, but we're finally going to continue on with Final Fantasy 16. I hadn't intended on it being nearly a month since I played this last, but work schedules, things like that, just make it where I wanted to be sure I'd be able to stream this without any major issues, because this is not a game where I want to have to stop in the middle of something if I could help it.
You probably shouldn't laugh anymore.
I still like that stream. I really do. Unfortunately, I don't entirely remember what I was doing. I checked my last VOD, and I know that Martha, who ran the inn in whatever that name of the place was, barely disappeared, so we're going to figure out what's going on with that, but how that connects to anything, don't remember. I'm going to make a lot of redeems. It's a matter of figuring them out more than anything. I still need to put together my version. I know Aldous has a version of the strongest swords, but I had a different idea for mine that I wanted to do that I still need to actually do. But
what do we know, Otto?
That's for later.
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled. Bones were broken. The usual.
Yeah,
But
that's how
somewhere in
fights
the
work.
middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was planned?
Of course it bloody was. Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip round the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
So I do all the work.
I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Right? Way down there? I think. Right? Yeah, okay. I'm not good with directions. I keep having to check the map for everything, so I don't know why I thought that was a smart way to go about things.
Finish with that, welcome back, Cid.
I'm in the process of trying to leave. Why are you welcoming me back? I'm done.
Blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
My boat's a mess.
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
That
The
would be
lake
a
water
problem
doesn't
for
agree with it then.
boat.
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry will keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so. Assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
I mean,
course,
yeah, we
Obolus.
kind of need that boat.
Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make
We do need that
pitch,
push.
you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere. Which
There'd be
is
a
why
funny use
we'll
of
be
Clive
needing
turning
a
into
suitable
Ifrit.
alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
To be fair, this is a side quest, not the main quest. I need to have that done for the world map.
Turtle!
Turtles are flying again. Ah, hello there. I guess I'm going here for the side quest. Can I just jump off the cliff? Apparently, yes. I wasn't actually expecting to be able to.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. Trees don't have teeth.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. It's like, there is a ferryman, there is a Charon, but it's not the same person. Also, this seems really loud. Is this loud to anyone else? Okay, I'm gonna have to turn that down. Once I'm not fighting.
You're finished.
Because that was very loud.
I can't imagine Obelisk needing any more than this. Time to head home.
I don't remember it being that loud before. Where is audio? Turn that down. So I want to keep the voices at least loud enough to be able to hear consistently. We'll see how that feels. I'm sorry, what was the name of this quest? Oh my... That's a Koji Fox, isn't it? That is absolutely a Koji Fox quest name. Oh my goodness. Did that actually save my changes? Still
Well?
sounds loud.
Did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh! Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name. I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as me old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the blight came. The boat's all I have left of him.
Was your
Thanks
old
to
man
you,
named
he'll
Argo, or was
sail
your old
another
man's
day.
boat named Argo? What do I have equipped? Even. That's... Alright, I saw these, which aren't even, like, the best thing I can have now. I'm pretty sure I can straight up buy better options. That's going to be the best one I have. This should all be upgraded where it needs to be. Okay. No other random... Okay. I think we're going to be dealing with this crystal next, but I honestly don't remember for sure.
What happened here?
Come on. We need to find the others.
We were told.
Best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Martha. They'll have the
Boys
old
from the
rest to
garrison
answer
might
to.
still be nearby.
Found her. I'd rather not bump into them again.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
I'm sorry. I think I twisted something.
Cid? What said you'd be coming?
I'm
I trust you
everywhere.
don't mind.
I do everything.
Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all her efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Cid.
You do the same.
To be fair, I imagine this is the, because this is the... A bunch of the devs from Final
Carl is
Fantasy
right.
XIV worked on this.
That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
We knew
The
that
culling.
going into it.
Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
So there was... Wouldn't surprise me if they used the same voice acting group that they used for Final Fantasy XIV for a long time. I don't actually know if that's the case. I know they've reused some voices. Because at the very least, Estinian's voice actor shows up as the first Dragoon you fight. I need to get into a fight. I need to hear the music. It still sounds very loud to me. That does a lot of damage, actually. Oh, I'm just completely overleveled for this point. Okay, that didn't seem too bad. Fair enough.
Look. Up ahead.
I almost didn't see her there.
Arthur, Are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something. Tell us what happened. What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened. The Black Shields? The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
King sounds like an ass.
Black Shields. Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Nope, I guess that
Too far.
1B is
Even
going
for
to
the
take a
Empire.
lot of these. Whee! Close enough? Get out of here. Hello, chocobos. Chloe. Let's get to Chloe. Hi.
It's over.
I found a chest doing this. That was worth it. What's in the chest? Get off my chest, you stupid spider. Rude. That's not what I meant to do, but I guess that worked.
Make it look easy.
Definitely was not what I meant to do. I do need to get back in proper practice with this, but I suppose there'll eventually be a stronger enemy for me to practice with.
Are we too late?
There might still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them.
I sent myself.
Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
There, jeez. Poorly aimed. That was not a purpose. That's not where I thought that ability was. Oh, apparently the other guy's dead. Well, they're all dead.
I think so.
How do we not get any blood on us during this?
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
If we're lucky, he's still alive.
Found her.
The abbot.
But we can't really be surprised by this.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials?
Just looks miserable.
They are. Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The cuttings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved.
I feel like I'm missing something with that comment.
Tell Martha to beg Cid's aid. And tell her this wasn't her fault.
Gate Colin Firthing. What?
I shall.
Cid! Where are you? Cid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive. He's gone.
Oh, I've not seen that, so.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No,
seen that one at least.
But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix Jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
I do everything anyway.
Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
I've lost my train of thought. So I was thinking about something, I've forgotten what it was. Gun Droggle. Wait. I haven't done this yet.
Get it, boy!
Good turtle. That was weird. I thought I saw one of the rocks moving. Where am I going exactly? Can I go through the water? No? Help me, map. I need to go up there. I didn't know I started any of these.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Get back here. Okay, those should go off. Okay, I've forgotten how to dodge properly.
Come on! Not good.
For fuck's sake! That would be the wrong way.
No.
I have forgotten how to dodge properly. Okay, what was the button for that? Or one, there we go. That's what I've been missing. Will let me do this before? No, it's gonna make me do it. That's not all I have to do. Swap the damn thing. Thank you. I did not doing it the last time. Now that I remember some of my controls. God. Ow. Ow. That was not what I wanted. Zap, 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 zap. Hi. That was all sorts of not helpful timings. You still on him? Okay. Marginally back in practice. Definitely need more work on that.
You didn't see that coming.
Torgal, can you hit Clive for me? Just smack him upside the head for me. His head's hard enough. He'll be fine, but he just...
That must be the bridge.
That must be the bridge. Looking nowhere close to the bridge. Oh wait, I need to... I better go throw it off the bridge. I guess I don't need to.
So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
They're dead.
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve.
Y'all started a fire without me?
Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
I am the dominant of Ifrit. You started a fire without me? It's rude. No, I'm running there. I don't care if I can fast travel there. I'm running. can't stop me.
Thank you, Founder.
I'm not the founder.
Oi, look sharp.
How do?
Out of curiosity. Yeah. Didn't think so. Figured I'd check. Yeah, this wouldn't actually be a terrible assessor if I ever used the tonics. Ever.
Very well.
Like, what do I even have in that equipped slot right now? Stealth sonic, ironically. Hey, Martha. Dude wants me to tell you to ask Cid for help. I don't know who the Cid is, but he sounds handsome. That's not gonna
No
fly.
one survived then.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am.
I'm sorry, we're going to blame the right
Started
person.
moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire.
Well, you're
Nothing
partially
but a
right.
ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times, you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
Your mother's a bitch.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones.
Do you want big swords or big men?
Think they can come in here again and threaten my people? They're in for a rude awakening.
Because I know a twink who uses
Before I
a big
forget,
sword. He's
a
in Final
Stunus
Fantasy
from Otto
7.
landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
You have to word it like that? Like, legitimately, do you have to word it like that?
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
Try not to move.
Oi! You there! Don't just pass me by!
Well, now I want to. But I'm pretty sure this is an important quest.
You handy with that sword of yours? Course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any
I
chocobos at
suppose
that.
they're little
Whitehart
Chocobos?
and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos. Fighting bandits.
It's true. Why, They saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
To be fair, there is a game that actually has a difference between wild and tame chocobos. And also one of the wildest chocobo themes in the entire series.
Lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
If you haven't heard Crazy Chocobo, it's from 13.2, so it's quite possible you haven't. I don't remember if it shows up in any other Final Fantasies offhand. It's an interesting chocobo thing.
That's quite a name for a chocobo.
Oh, wait, there's a glow. I gotta get that first.
A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
There you are. What did you just say to me, Gil? Try to talk smack about you behind my back, is that it?
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
Good chocobo.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad
Whatever
for
makes you
business.
think that, Neve.
But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Or I'll just hurt you anyway.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Excuse you. Sure. You deserve this. I should have to do that, huh? that went wildly nowhere I was expecting to. The huntsman makes some very interesting sounds when staggering.
You're safe now. White Hart, I presume. Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be.
Of course it is. Who would have thought?
Ambrosia. It is you. You survived.
Work.
And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, you sorted the bastards then.
I thought I'd see how you're coming on, Clive in effort form. Fine.
The whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Everything's fine.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum.
And that's what we learn, Emperors are like starting
orders, eh?
fires.
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon.
This is fun watching the Chocobos.
Seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
There may be places I can't take you.
This ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
I have places to be. I can't stay here forever. Don't leave me. Ah. See, I'm wondering, because I know what's going on right now. What happened to what Ambrosia was wearing before? I believe that.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old White Hart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her.
I'll become the White to the
Hear
boat.
that, White Hart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now.
I think I've seen terror birds before.
You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my car on the road, didn't you? No. No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
That fellow was a bearer, and you have a suspiciously bearer-looking scar on your cheek.
Excitement getting to me, silly sod that I am. Pay me no mind. Anyhow, best be on my way. Good luck to the both of you.
Like, I know the process for getting that mark removed and all, but it's still very obvious that there is a mark there.
I'll call you when I need you.
I have my chocobo! Yay! Let's try right 3. Chocobo!
Ready, go?
Absolutely no reason for me to have gotten on this.
Yeah!
Well, that's true. But they designed the barrow marks to be absolutely dicks, because if you do it wrong, the person dies. Because it's poisonous. It's like they went out of their way to be as dicks as possible to barrows. I don't actually have any particular reason to be running around like this, I just am.
Straight home now.
This is Ambrosius' home, Clive. No, I need... As I know where I'm supposed to go, I'm making sure there's no side quests first. So, like, I want to say the Order of the Crystal is here, 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 here. I think. But it could be here, here. I don't remember. We'll find out.
Oh. Where's Gav?
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
What? There's trouble in Rosaria? Never! What's up, Gav?
The curse breakers have returned.
Ah, Clive! How I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
On your desk.
No kind words for your old pal Gav.
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
You've been on your feet, get off.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
That's an unfortunate mood.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
While the two nations beat their shields, the rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the Mother Crystals.
It's time to break another one.
4 Mother Crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us,
really
is
don't
that
want
he loves
that.
his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the 7 High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities.
You heard me.
Wait. Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
Time to poke the crystal and some drama. Oh, now this is open. I'm not likely. I know there's an ad. I'll probably wait. Get a drink while the ad's going on, then I'll go into this. Let's move around and stretch a bit again. I slept very weirdly last night. I didn't sleep bad, just very strange dreams. I wish I could remember more of the details to them, but generally speaking, they were just weird. The one I can remember specifically is, I don't remember how, but for some reason scientists discovered that the sun was going to go out, and obviously everyone on Earth was going to die, so they managed to create spaceships to put everyone on. But for some reason, I decided to stay on the Earth, and I don't remember everything that was going on, but part of the plan was they were going to try and find a way to restart the sun, I guess? But in the process of it, people who stayed on the planet, which there shouldn't have been anyone anyway, but apparently there was a lot of people, were going to be constantly moving so they were always facing where the sun had been. And at some point, an alien showed up for some reason or another. At this point, I've completely forgotten everything, but it's a very strange situation. Anyway, I'm probably not going to be doing a lot of these. At least right away. At least I won't be going out of my way to do them, I should specify.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
I will be picking them up. But that's mostly so...
What can I do for you? Going purse weighing you down?
On the off chance I run into it. I might have a use for it. Yeah, these are better than what I actually have on me. I just don't feel like spending the money on it.
You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You think it's all right to touch him?
Back, are ya?
Don't think you've got anything, but...
Not saying fortune, do you? Anything else?
I don't think so, but there are side quests somewhere around. Like, I may, once I get closer to the end, go back through and start working my way through the hunts.
It won't be long now, Martel. They'll try your apples soon enough.
That is actually going to be my plan when I get to Final Fantasy XII, is to try to ignore the hunts until the end and then start working on them. Because there are some hunts I want to do in 12 when I get to that. Because I've never actually... Just loud while I'm talking. Because I've never actually done them. But I don't want to be an instance where I'm stopping the story every time a new hunt comes out and running off doing God knows what. We'll decide, though. We are stopping the story for side quests, though.
I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just... Well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died, and now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
Sure.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Someone's going to eat your apples, finally. Someone else. I suppose I've had to have eaten them at some point. Yeah, you're on my way. My name is Cid. I've forgotten how to walk, apparently.
Did you come through the forge today? It smells like a still. It would explain Blackthorn's foul mood. All that pounding must be...
What? No, this doesn't help me, really. That just feels rude. Letters. Jill, you can just talk to me. Jill, you were literally. I'm pretty sure you were part of that fight, Jill. But now we have the tech. Because apparently we run all the way back here to grab that before writing Cambodia? That totally makes... I think this doesn't help. Oh. Stuff! Yeah, I do know the hunts will actually unlock rewards that may be worth it.
You two look like you could use something to eat.
But again, I don't want to get caught up in it.
Let's see if Martel.
I know in 12, again, I'm comparing this to 12 because in like 13, I didn't do much with the hunts. In 12, I had this problem where I'd get caught up in the hunts and forget what I needed to be doing. So I'd end up, like, that's why it took me so long to ever finally finish 12, is because I kept getting caught up in things and going, wait, where am I supposed to be going? And I have done that a couple times. To my annoyance. So the time I ended up actually beating it, I told myself I would do a very specific thing. I'd unlock one specific thing. And then I would not do any hunts. And that's what I did that time. They've changed how you get it in the Zodiac Age version, which is the version I would be playing next time.
Now, where have I heard that name before?
So that'd be less of an issue.
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Cid.
Others weren't so lucky, though.
Them old apples were enough to curdle your guts. But these beauties are as sweet as you like.
I'll have to pay the boys down in the backyard a visit to tell them thanks.
There you go. Have an apple.
A gift from the backyard. For your service.
I'll be lucky I didn't eat them all myself. Apples are yummy.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Cid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab them right from the branch, made Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Cid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least.
Does he forget who I am?
You
He
can
probably
leave the
doesn't
boss
care,
to me.
actually.
I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Hi, there you are, Kupo. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew all that already. And that's why I need your help. As I need to remind you, Kupo, I am the mightiest of all Muggles. Hey, I was reading that.
Right. Well, leaving your
reading
mightiness aside
that.
for the moment. The people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's so good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets that get posted on the board. If there's anything you need to know, Kupo, stop talking so fast! As I said, I'll keep an eye out. This is where you get the rewards from stuff like that.
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh, no. That's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Sure.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
So you can see, as you get more stuff. Not a lot of it
You earned this.
matters right now.
All yours. All done?
Oh, it's not stuck, and this guy is the one that is going to show me.
Think
It's
you
gonna
can
say
help?
side quests available in one spot. And I have to make the run all the way back there because I did fast travel.
Them old apples were enough.
That broom's as ragged as... I hear there's trouble.
We can get this turned in. And then we can go play with
It's all right
crystals.
to touch him. No. You go first.
You can pet him. He likes pets. Torgal is best boy. He deserves all the pets.
The curse
like your
breakers sent their
apples.
thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work, She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive.
Every day we eat
That's
more
something to be proud
Martell.
of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
You know, I can't say I know a lot about apple breeding, but don't you at least need more than one apple tree to do that? Something? I don't know. The heck is a Twitcher?
Chocobo, chocobo, why can't you fly? What good are your wings if you can't reach the sky? Flap harder, says bluebird, flap harder, says crow. Flap harder or into the oven you go!
What the heck was that song? Creepy. That's not actually what I meant to do.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
Is there any part of this world that there isn't trouble right now? The world's going... Why am I out of focus? How did I get into a position where Clive is out of focus? Sorry, Clive, the background is more important than you are, apparently.
Finish with that, Logs.
Yeah, I think it's telling us we have to go there. And so we go.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Cid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
Break it.
For what?
After learning the truth You were given the chance to face your past.
Best therapy ever.
If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Murdering your tormentors is good therapy, right?
We'll face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Oh. I wasn't gonna fight you guys, but
Faster!
hey. Everything's fine. I'm a chocobo. I can do chocobo noises. Bark. 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 Bark.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Thought they were loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right, I heard you the first time.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
What?
Empire
No,
wants
that will
answers
never
what Empire
happen.
wants. Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire. What with their 100 full legions?
100? I heard it were 1,000.
Yeah, they're going to send 1,000 legions
Welcome, stranger.
to try and do anything here. That'll end fantastically, I'm sure.
Fare you well?
seen them, didn't you? I'm sorry. The Black Shields. Just now.
Excuse me.
You seen them, didn't you? At least I think they was the Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
I like how he was asking us a question about our score and we just ignored him. Nope. Fuck you, I don't feel like answering you.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way.
I am very tired for some reason. I don't know why.
These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosaria would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
For more nothing.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The mother crystals collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
This yellow. Interesting. At some point I'll swap my accessories out for things more combat oriented, but right now I just like the bonuses. Just that entirely. Mine. So it's so important that it was a capitalized goblin.
More of my mother's men.
What's the matter, Torgal? You okay? Do you need pets? You can have pets.
When did you get so big?
Where the hell am I going? What? I'm barely even using that.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
I've been using the normal lunge rather than the...
You were told to stay in your homes.
I was told nothing.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel. Why then, we owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Oh, where are you? Well, that was interesting.
Feel her majesty.
Fine. Bad. Yeah, I didn't realize that actually had a thing where it drags someone up. That's how useful it is.
Tell
but
me
it's
what
a
I
thing.
want in the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are
I doubt
Old gates.
Then we hurry.
grade or upgrade. Going from a dominant to a guardian. Unflagged, you know how a gate works.
Find something, boy. Death.
Seen so much death.
Found her.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would
She's
anyone?
a bitch.
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it.
Togo, you're not allowed to eat her in the process.
We should go.
Yes.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
I'm gonna step away for a moment, so I'm gonna be right back. Alright, I am back. I should check to see if I have anything worth spending points on. It's mastery in Season 2. Another gauge, okay. Back to the page. Let's check for signals and enemies. I have no idea what that means. That'd be more of a practice mode testing. Right now, though, I think I'm fine. Let's just... let's just leave this depressing place.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
What? They don't want us to just walk over a bridge? I can't imagine why not.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
Hatch, no. You didn't hear nothing.
Memorial of the 250th anniversary of the founding of the Grand Duchy of Rosario. Is that what all of these say? Yeah, it's like...
They tell us there's a curfew, but then refuse us passage back to our homes.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
No, they don't care if it's your home.
You find no succor to the south travellers, nor beyond the Buick. The Empire has seen fit to banish us from our own land.
Well, by their logic, it's not your land anymore, it's theirs. So you just get to suck it. Much as I hate it, I may have to cut this
The
stream
Lazarus.
short.
What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better.
I imagine your uncle is much better at playing people, considering he is a merchant.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Let us pass! My children are starving!
Have mercy!
Viceland's dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for everything!
Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, away with you, filth!
Back to your sties!
Cut you down where you stand!
Just try it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus.
Oh, how convenient, we walked right by it.
We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
As long as it is abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for. This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned, then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
That was definitely unnecessary. Thank you for the assist on that stab kill. That was entirely necessary.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died. Huh? Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
Found her. It really is you.
It is. So wait.
One of the early game red shirts actually survived. It's a miracle.
We can speak inside.
With the ad coming up in, what, about a minute? Yeah, about a minute. I'm just going to pause here. I'm probably not going to be streaming my full 5 hours. It depends on where I end up. Losing my train of thought completely there. Where I end up getting in the time period, because I have a general memory on where this goes, and there'll be a point where I actually start going to what the hell, where the crystal is. I'll probably stop, but I need to stop right now anyway, just because I need to refill my water. I am completely out, so I will be back. I will let the ads run proper, and I'll see you in about 3 minutes. Sorry, that's a bit longer than I intended, but I also grabbed something to eat to try and give myself a little bit more energy. Let's continue on talking with Sir
And
Wade,
those
shall
who
we?
wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool.
To be fair, we have not been paying
And
that much attention to
since
Lady
granting
Annabella.
the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready. This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Nope, makes sense.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
Technically, to cut off the head, wouldn't they have to
We
kill
must.
Annabella?
So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
No, I don't think anyone would complain if they killed Annabella.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Annabella might complain if they killed Annabella, but she'd be dead,
Very well.
so...
If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And
Dead
we at
do not
yours.
get a say in whether or not they
So
should have
Wade,
been murdered.
Let us do our duty.
With
they are dead.
pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Doubt I need to buy anything?
In the flesh. Saw him once when I was your age. He had that same look in his eyes.
You
Have anything
are
useful for me?
welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
Oh, you do actually have to sleep it.
Will that be all? May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Thank you. Come, Sir
Tell
Wade.
us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy.
Indiscriminate murder.
You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Time for indiscriminate murder of murderers.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Prioritize the quest that's the main one? I'm not sure why it felt the need to tell me that. Or is this the first time you actually have a guest character?
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't.
Better bridge.
There they are.
That bridge.
On your command, my lord.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
I'd be more concerned about the dog than anyone else, personally.
Forest area!
Forest area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Oh, here's the boring captain.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another wyvern to fight their battle for them.
Whoop.
Slow. Too slow. Nice try.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Okay, there should be a Dragoon showing up here, if I remember correctly. Yep.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Nice try. Oh, good. I needed that.
Sir Wade! Found her. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish
Nice and easy. We aren't afraid of no stinking dragoon. Couple of stupid moves in there, but it's not even our first dragoon fight.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord. Perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it.
I
if only Sir
deserve
Tyler could have been
everything.
here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue.
How do we cut off someone's tongue with an axe? Very carefully?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to her serene holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint of the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
What was my role? Mine.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, Cid.
Exasperated. Really, Uncle? Barry's just like, yeah,
See that
really.
you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster?
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us, then? About everything?
Why would I not?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
Your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
I love Lord Byron. He's great.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Cid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw.
Yeah, dying does that to people.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
And Sir Byron doesn't so much just wade into things as he dives in headfirst with gusto.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Just wondering how much I should nuke
Monsters.
the place.
When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's.
And you were really wrong. It's not.
I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive.
You're not a monster.
Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path.
No more monster than any other dominant is
To live
at
on
face
my
value.
own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
I feel like her standing with you was more sitting there wondering why you suddenly spaced out.
Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Way back to where? I don't remember Benamir. And it's this way. I don't remember this part.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
So see the new quest.
I didn't take you for a scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
I question that.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Cid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
It's your help.
Well, I'm no hunter, Cid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Fine.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer.
I don't
Fine.
like this, but
I'll help.
fine.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
What you know about violets? I don't remember these quests having a...
How did we never hear
There are new
about these
billets
guardians
being
of the
posted
flame?
every day.
Same way they
Not
never heard
enough
about
plus
hours.
mark for... Oh my god, so much talking.
Oh, am I glad to see you?
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally, it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So,
I suppose he does. Was because I pay him.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
I'm ready right now. Actually, I want to check this one here.
How may I help you today, Clive? Is everything we've received and everything promised? Here you are. All done?
That's the one that I think Alnus was using a lot. Yeah. Guess these are just there regardless. Yeah, let's do the actual story part here first.
Back again, Lord Rosfield. I'm touched that you should find me such good company.
It is not your company, but your counsel that I seek on this occasion.
Ever the charmer. What will it be today, then?
The Iron Kingdom. I need to know what to expect.
You'll soon be setting sail for Drake's Breath, then, I take it.
Lots of iron.
The mother crystal that rises from the boiling sea. There was a time when a true-blooded Rosarian had only to brave the waves to visit it. But then the Ironblood made their move. As you know, the Iron Kingdom rules over the islands to the west of Storm. Or rather, its church does. But this is not the pragmatic approach to state religion employed by the Holy Empire to manipulate the masses. No, the Iron Kingdom is the literal embodiment of the crystalline orthodoxy. And so, if one is to understand it, one must start there. As the name implies, the orthodoxy holds the Mother Crystal sacred, and they do not take kindly to heathens plundering the objects of their worship for the means to fill washtubs and light lamps with frivolous feats of magic. Indeed, the faithful consider ether a sinful thing, a poison no less. And to them, a dominant is an instrument of evil,
probably not wrong,
albeit one they have proven only too happy to turn against their enemies. Some 80 years ago, in Northern Storm, Drake's eye collapsed. Soon after, in pursuit of ether and with the Blight at their backs, the Northern Territories descended upon the Grand Duchy of Rosaria. And when the Shields of the Flame marched north to meet them, the Iron Kingdom spied an opportunity. A few short days later, the Crusaders landed on the island of Mount Justanus, home of Drake's Breath, and plucked it from the Duchy's grasp. Rosaria tried to reclaim it, of course, but to no avail. I doubt more than a handful of Duchy men have set foot on its shores in your lifetime. Nor are they like to again, under the Empire's stewardship, meaning the Iron Blood will keep their island, and with it, the foothold they need to march on mainland soil when next they spy an opportunity. The Mother Crystal is both the object of the Ironbloods' worship and their gateway to the continent, making Drostanus the holiest of holy grounds, from which the Orthodox Crusade shall one day sail forth to claim the remaining Mother Crystals, or die trying.
My father and my grandfather both traded blows with the Ironblood for control of Drake's breath. Had things unfolded differently at Phoenix Gate, we would have sent our entire fleet against them.
But instead, they sent their fleet against Rosaria, sacked the capital, killed the men, and captured the women, including Jill. I'd say you'd be forgiven for wanting a little revenge, Clive.
Maybe a little bit.
My only aim is to destroy the Mother Crystal. But thank you all the same. Not much else to do here. Let's see if Jill's ready.
I'm not ready though.
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Did you call Torgal a monster? Excuse you? Rude.
First August, and now you. What are you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit?
Sticking his nose
What's
in your
so bad
business.
about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for? Now piss off.
Blacksmith,
All right. We're going.
No, it's entirely possible he has multiple these things.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
You think Karen overheard us talking?
Liking to Lady Karen.
He's not a monster. He's
About her.
Targle.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Care Northern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, it sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
I seem to remember this griffin actually causing me problems.
Typical nobles.
How did we never hear about these Guardians of the Flame?
Same way they never heard about us, I expect.
Did I hear you say you're hoping to hunt down a griffin, Kupo? And do I have the billet for you, Kupo, and especially home for one the locals called Dusmar? Dusmare? Dusmare? And ones. Yeah, I've already forgotten where I'm supposed to be going for this. Karen over at Westgate and Sunbrook. What? No. This is also part of the problem. It's asking someone who's terrible at reading maps to read a map. Well, let's just see if I can find it.
Keep them pilgers nice and chilled.
Look at this place.
Goodness knows, I don't know exactly where I'm going. Oh, correctly, this is. What do I want though for this? Come on, get off the rock.
Company.
Let's go.
Let's keep getting lost because I'm terrible at this.
Careful.
I am being careful, Jill.
Be safe. Garuda! It's over.
Keep it up.
Maybe I'm in the wrong area? So this is heading east, so I kind of... That's... This didn't really help. This may be the other reason why I don't end up doing the hunts.
How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Because heavens knows I don't know where I'm going, clearly.
Ready, go?
This way-ish, maybe? Some more casually getting lost with Everfree.
Careful. We're not alone.
It's the same as the one back at the hideaway. Doesn't seem to be working, though.
It's interesting. Unfortunately, what that was not was where I was trying to get to. Right, this place.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Ambrosia's not a black chocobo. She can't fly.
Don't get surrounded.
I really have no idea where this hunt is, and I am... Oh, give me the world map. It's maybe down that way?
Good day. You. Cid.
It's all but spent. The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
It's not just the crystals. Bearers are having trouble with their magics as well.
I'm going the way I think I am. This way.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Right.
I don't think this is where I wanted to go.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
This is where I want to be.
Leatherwork will have to wait. Torgal, look sharp. Too slow.
Okay.
Nice try. Guess we're all ready.
Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That was not what I wanted to do. Why am I timing on that so bad? Ugly ass bird.
Enough.
Stupid doggy bird. That is very, very not good.
Is something there, boy? Could that be our man?
Good boy.
Get it, boy.
Are you all right?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. Bought a cuirass from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She sent you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Well, actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Leather.
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you.
Please don't make me hunt any of your things again.
Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
I can go over to Martha's Rest. For whatever the hell I was doing Martha's Rest. Oh yeah, I was trying to figure out that guy's weird meal request.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we?
After everything she's done
So,
for us.
about the price of them turnips.
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck 'em in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. When there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, times aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet, if memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
Now hunting to eat scorpions. Yummy, yummy
Stay sharp.
scorpions.
After what the Empire did to Martha's lot, I'd be daft all day.
Don't you go causing any trouble now.
I will cause all the trouble I want to, thank you very much. You can't stop me. Would you mind moving still?
Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Something over here. I'll just pose dramatically as things go flying around my head. Perfect.
I better get this back to Yvonne before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Yeah, I'll take this fast food. They're both back at the home base anyway.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did. Scorpions.
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Wait, you think I'm going to eat that?
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Cid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm not hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss. Odin's teeth. What, the salt on the senses is like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Cid. Thank you.
You're, welcome.
I must share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's stew sits before everyone in the hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Why did I agree to this again?
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady
And with a bit of luck. How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found
him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards. You're joking. He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done. So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times, too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
I guess I have to go out and get some oil.
I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive, you didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are.
I don't know where that
Our friend
is.
Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leatherworking community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests. Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
To be
Good to have
fair,
you back, Blackthorn.
if you hadn't, that leatherworker probably would have been
Just don't
dead.
expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. But I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a curse breaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with. Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. Nah, it wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted, I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
I guess went and found leather by saving a dude from a hunt that everyone wanted killed anyway.
What do you need?
What do you need for that stuff? Electron, which comes from a hunt. Yeah, this is where it starts going. Okay, it wants you to do hunts. It's like you've got these, but you can't actually get that stuff without doing hunts. It just
That monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
at this point, though, I am going to call it. I have been like honestly, I'm surprised I haven't managed to fall asleep the Just, I am just so low on energy right now. So I'm going to call it here. It's a good enough stopping place. We'll be able to continue on next time and do something or another. I completely lost my train of thought. And just continue on what we were doing. But as for who we are raiding on into, I think I'm going to go ahead and raid into Neve, who was pestering us earlier, so we'll pester her back. So I don't actually know for sure what I'll be doing on Monday, because I need to decide what I'm going to do. Part of me wants to just keep doing 16, because I feel like I've been putting it off. I know for most of my time streaming, I've been spending specifically Fridays doing Final Fantasy, but 16, I want to get it played. I want to get it done with. Well, I want to finish, get it done with. Sounds like I consider it a struggle. I want to actually finish it. I've been dodging spoilers for quite a while on it, and I want to make sure it's, I stop having to worry so much about it. So I may just spend time just doing Final Fantasy 16 on stream. I will decide when the time comes. That won't be for a bit. Said there's usual raid message. We will go ahead and go into Neve, who is playing a game I know Elenia wants to play with her at some point again, but that's not going to be today because I wouldn't have time even if I wanted to. But regardless, I'll be back Monday. The plan's still going to be that. And just take care and have a good one, everyone. And that, and we can raid on out.